Hey guys, T here. You know, ever since I can remember, my family would cook a country or a Smithfield ham for Thanksgiving. And then the ham would last until Christmas. I'm not sure how, but it did. It's smoked and cured, and then after you cooked it, I guess it's indestructible. In any case, what you're going to need if you want to follow along to cook a country ham is a ham boiler, some masonry twine or heavy cotton twine, a butcher saw. I like to have a butcher saw because I like to cut the hock off so that you've got the basic ham there. You'll need a boning knife if you want to bone it and make slicing easier. And you'll need a scrub brush to scrub the mold off. You'll need some cloves and some brown sugar, either dark or light works. So I'm going to show you some stills that I've done over the years of cooking a country ham. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Please subscribe. Let's get cooking. We ordered a Wigwam brand ham. I love them. Comes in a cloth bag, just like most country hams. I like to make a hat out of it too. It's always a game. So you got to unwrap it from the butcher's paper, and it might have some mold on it. Scrub it off with that brush, both sides. Might have some pepper on there too. Scrub it off, get it nice and clean. This is what it looks like in the smokehouse. I like to cut the hock off. So the ham is salted, smoked, and cured. So it's real dry. So what you want to do is you want to rehydrate it. I always put it in a cooler and run it full of water. And sometimes the ham wants to float. So you want to put something on top of it. A big, heavy iron pan would be good to keep it underwater. You're going to want to put it in your ham boiler and fill it full of water. Obviously, you put no salt in it, no other spices. Just put it on the stove and start simmering it. It usually takes, about 4 hours for a 15-pound ham. So let it simmer real slow. You just want it just barely bubbling, not bubbling hard by any means. And internal temperature wants to be 180. And you can tell when it's done. There's a fan bone on the back that'll kind of start to pop up or separate. And that tells you that ham's done. So take it out of the water once it's done. Dry it off a little bit with some paper towels. And if you want to bone it, which will make it a lot easier to slice, get your boning knife in there and just run it around the bone and pull that thing out. You want to do it when it's warm. It's much easier to do it that way. Use your cotton twine to try to hold it together. You want to keep it together as much as you can. So once you put the brown sugar on there and dotted it with cloves, put it in the oven at about 400 and let it sit in there until you can see that the grease and the fat on the ham and the sugar have kind of meld together a little bit, and that'll form a kind of crust or a little bit of a glaze. And then pull it out, let it come to room temperature, slice it up, and it's just delicious. I like to have it on homemade biscuits. Nothing better than a ham biscuit. So that's what I have to say about a country or Smithfield ham. One other note, Smithfield hams from Smithfield, Virginia are really special country hams. There's laws governing what a Smithfield ham has to be. And years ago, they had to be fed peanuts, not corn, not, I don't know exactly what else hogs eat, but
They had to be raised on peanuts, and that was all. And that section of the country was the world's capital of peanut growing. So it was sort of perfect. Anyway, there's a little bit of history. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Eat a ham biscuit. I'll see you soon.